Hi people. Hope you're doing well. This video, ignore my fluffy hair by the way, this is what happens when it gets washed and then there's no conditioner in it. Yeah. I've been washing it also. This is not what the video is supposed to be about. I'll just let you know. I've been scrubbing my scalp and like washing my hair like once a week, like with used coffee grains, and it's like stimulate growth, and I'm getting a lot more wispy little things. I mean, I have them anyway, but I'm just getting a lot more. So I think it's doing something. Look, there's like loads of little hairs here. Anyway, that's not what the video is about. What I wanted to make a video about is the AI Liability Act, which is a new bit of European legislation, which I don't know if it applies to UK, but they'll all be doing similar things because at the end of the day, we all know that it's all being developed off the back of thieves, robbers. Just that's all they know how to do. All right, criminals, all that, like fraudsters. They just don't know how to live a righteous life. ISIS-Rail people, because we all know that ISIS-Rail is considered a leader in tech when it's just basically a leader in criminality. But basically in that AI Liability Act, the European legislation, all the power is with the big companies. And basically I don't know if people know, but legislation comes into, like when new legislation comes into effect, it's written off the basis of what's already been happening. Like there'll be like innovators and trailblazers that will feed into the making of the law or the policy or whatever it is. Because that's what used to happen when I worked in neuroscience services, where I worked. Like I was always doing innovative, trailblazing work that would always feed it. Like we would always be doing it years ahead before the real policy came in, and then the government would enforce rollout of it like nationwide. But we'd already been doing it, and we would have been feeding into actually what the policy says. And that's what these criminals have been doing, these criminal corporations. And basically the way it doesn't even take into account copyright law properly. I'm not even going to go to the ins and outs of it. I'm just going to tell you. It's basically an avenue and a vehicle to continue harvesting people's creative work and robbery, and also to avoid legal liability for the theft that's already been taking place without people's knowledge and consent. Because I think what people are misunderstanding is that this is not a danger that's coming in the future. This has been happening 4 years prior, up to the build-up and the finalisation of this legislation, because they're years down the road. They're saying they can't really pull the plug on it. So they are years down the road in pulling this legislation together based on criminal practices. Maybe we add, it's based on criminal practices, and all without consent. As writers, right, there's always these fake jobs out and about for writers to submit basically a week's worth of work, supposedly for consideration for a job. It's not, it's for training AI. It's for training AI. It's not for a job, because people don't hear back anything. The work they do a lot of work for it and stuff. And it's not even like, it's always for salaries that aren't even, they're just like not even anything really, like, small salaries. But people do a lot of work for these fake jobs, but it's not real jobs. When you apply for a real job, people can go and look up your work that you've already done, or you know, you don't have like, it's just, but there's all of these new types of job application processes. And it's been going on for ages and ages and ages. It took me a while to cotton on to like that's what it was. And it's just pathetic. Like, it's just pathetic that no one can see that it's just basically how it's the criminality that was going on behind the scenes. Well, it's been in broad daylight and no one's really cared. And they're building the legislation off the back of it and saying it's too late we're too far down the road. So basically, they're just writing the legislation to avoid paying criminal damages, because that's basically what it is. How they've built the legislation up and what they've done to build it is criminal. It's illegal, and it needs to be challenged by the law. And artists can still challenge it. No, it doesn't matter what that legislation is, because at the end of the day, copyright law still exists, whether they want to pretend like it doesn't or not. Instead of aligning AI with copyright law, they've just aligned it with the criminal practices. That is what copyright law is supposed to be there to mitigate against and prevent. So they're at complete, loggerheads with copyright law. And I just don't know how that is it's not really going to be worth anything at the end of the day, because copyright law still exists and it can still be applied to AI. You don't need this separate AI legislation that is called AI Liability Act that doesn't actually do what people think it's going to do. Like, it's just to protect the robbers that have already been robbing and don't want to pay up for their criminal practices and don't want to go to jail and prison for what they've done, because they're basically, like with what's happened to me, they're blackballing artists like me. We have no income. Our identity's been stolen, because it goes beyond just things like a job application with people like me. They've cloned my pages. They're trying to live out their lives as if they are me, trying to force me to close my own accounts so the ones that they've created as duplicates can exist. And whatever they've been doing with them, I have no idea. They've been stealing my work, doing whatever with it, stopping me from earning money so I can actually get my books properly published and finished, get my album properly made and everything like that. All the stuff I've been working on in my own space and in my own just on my own with no support. Like, this stopped me from being able to collaborate and be able to work with people and just move along my creative process. And that is criminal, because it's there's other laws that trump this AI Liability Act, and it's to do with human rights and basic human rights to work and live and just live an ordinary life. And at the end of the day, I've been stopped my basic rights to earn a living and work. And my identity's been stolen. I've been impersonated. This is all because of these stupid people that have earned a lot of money from robbing work to train AI or do whatever. And these they've got the governments who are making these laws in their back pockets. It's absolutely disgusting. It's never going to win. It's never going to win at all. And it's just like a shit on a piece of toilet paper. It doesn't actually stand up next to the other laws that already exist that trump them anyway, like the copyright laws that are already there, and the human rights laws, and just basic laws as a human to be able to live and work as you wish, and have access to jobs, access to work, and everything like that. Just fair access to work, fair, not being blocked. Because with me, I'm actually being blocked from being seen, full stop. So to the extent of what I've been robbed, I don't have a fucking clue what it is, but I know it's bad. I know that, and it's not just like one one person, so it's easy to sue them. It's several people across different organizations. But they're not gonna, it's not gonna last because it's robbery. It's denying the source of the creativity, their harvest. And that never works. That justice will come, real justice will come for all these robbers who are trying to make fake laws and trying to get people who they know is sheep to just follow the rules. It's not getting people in line with criminality isn't following rules and is not creating order. It's just creating confusion in the mix where everyone's with any sense is going to be able to see that this stupid law is not even in, like, you're supposed to use AI in the ethical way to align it to normal human practice, not have it in like direct antithesis or like competition. And it's weak. It's just weak. The other laws are much stronger, also applicable. There isn't, it's just created, it's just a nonsense. Like, there's no actual, they've created like it's redundant from the start. Like, it's redundant from the start. And, like, by not aligning with the laws that already exist and having it as just like an add-on to other laws, like the human rights and rights to work and stuff like that, or because that's all that they could have just done, that just put amendments in for AI into the copyright laws, or and the human rights laws about work, just working, like every human right has a right to work, and not their right to work not be impeded. And then have a little subsection about AI, the use of AI. But no, they've listened to the terminology, AI Liability Act, right? AI liability. So they know they are a liability. They know AI in the way that they're using it and the way that they've tested it and everything is not an asset. Not an asset. It's not an asset. Listen to what they grass themselves up every day. ISIS rails behind it. The tech innovation leaders of the whole world, infiltrators of criminality and lawlessness, fraudsters everywhere, infiltrated everywhere, bribing everyone with sex tapes and all that kind of bullshit. No, it's the end of that bullshit. It is not going to win. And basically what prompted me to make this video is the post that I so obviously recent developments with that stupid law, but also I've been recently guided to read about Enoch, and basically what it taught me is that God favors people with knowledge. Like, people think that science and spirituality is not the same. It is the same. It's always the same. It's described very well actually in the Quran that it's the same. It's not that hard to find. If that is in the Bible, I can't remember if it is in there. It's in it through the demonstration of Enoch, right? When you read about Enoch or Idris, right? I read the post anyway, or I still want to call it the community tab, because we should be making communities on YouTube, regardless of what stupid bullshit they want to do to keep people in isolation. But yeah, like but basically, like, it demonstrates that people who are given scientific knowledge are chosen people. They are favoured people. People who develop scientific discoveries like vaccines and scientific theories, they are chosen by God. The knowledge is given to them as a gift to impart. And it's given to trusted people, truth tellers. It's given to truth tellers, right? So bear that in mind. And also, writing. Idris was apparently the first person to develop written language, so wisdom could be preserved, and so to support and preserve civilization, but also aid future civilizations. So that's a very big responsibility. That's a very big advancement and a very big development for humanity at the time. So, yeah, like, and also he was a lifelong learner. He was somebody that liked to always develop and always acquire knowledge. So just bear all that in mind. If people are using AI to rob, they're basically just filthy, entitled people. They're not lifelong learners. They're not people who like to acquire knowledge, therefore are not trusted to have it. They're not trusted to have it. They're not trusted to share it in a responsible way. And basically AI is going to end us because it creates this illusion that we're all on the same playing field when we're not. We are not. We are not. We are the same, but we're not the same. Because God trusts people to like with certain knowledge and skills. And also, like, we need to be aware how these discoveries are made. They are made when people are walking in purpose, when they are living from soul first, when God is leading their life. These people who are robbers on AI, God is not leading their life. They are neurotic people. They're psychotic people. Their mind is running the show. Their ego is the governor. Like, sorry, that is not the way. That is the way to hell. That is the way to crash, burn, descend to hell. That is the way and that's why Earth more and more and more feels like wading through, for me, it feels like wading through treacle. It's just better for me to be isolated and away from the crap. Every time I speak with people who live that life day in, day out and think it's normal, it's draining, it's exhausting. I have to have recovery time. Like, that's the gap. That's the gap in vibration. That's the gap in vibration between the creators that they're robbing, who are the wealth, who have the gifts that are instilled in them, and these robbers in the big machine who are desperate and just desperate, deprived, entitled. Like, sorry, but everything that people think is like what makes economies go round is built on exploitation. What do you think all of this face recognition and all of these touchscreen things on your iPhones built off? Harassing Palestinian people in Palestine. All of this technology that people use on their phone every day to use like as passwords and stuff. That's from stalking people, surveying people without the consent. Oppression. It's from oppression. And people are saying, oh, it's advancement. Okay, advance, but give the people who you've oppressed and who you've abused to create this advancement, give them the money. You wouldn't have been able to do it with your trials and your tests and your innovation schemes without abusing people. So give the people you've abused and harass and torment and torture on a daily basis, give them the props. They were actors in your charade, so give them the props. Give them the money that they've earned for being part of the story. Like, sorry, like, at the end of the day, it's all not going to work. None of this lasts. All of that bullshit, it's the end, the beginning of the end of that bullshit. Israel's been found out major, and it's not just been found out about what they're doing in terms of genocide, killing and all. It's all of this other bullshit, all of this more covert bullshit, how they've infiltrated all civilization with this crap, which is not of God. These people are not chosen. People who thieve like this and are entitled like this are not chosen. They are the dregs of the barrel of civilization. They are the beginning of the end. Everyone who follows them, good luck to you. Like, at the end of the day, good luck. Good luck. But that law, that AI law, sack of shit. It's not actually good. It's redundant already. People are shitting the bed saying, oh, there's so many loopholes in it because they were looking for it to be a standalone thing. It's they've completely made it into some massive thing that it didn't actually need to be. It should have just been an add-on to the human rights laws that exist about working and being able to earn a living and blah blah blah, and copyright. That's it. There should have just been amendments, but they've had to make this cover up for all the criminal activity that's been going on for years. I can tell you now. So my Instagram profile says on it, and my Facebook profile says on it, added June 2021. What was it added to? What was it added to? My other accounts. So I've got a backup account for Instagram. And then I've got like my the ones I set up like for my business that have been blocked from the get-go. Like nothing. They've been added on different dates than they were created as well. So what have they been added to? Why are they added? What are they added to? I'm trying to get them removed from Meta Horizon, and I getting blocked at every turn. I never consented to any of my profiles being put on Meta Horizon. Never once. Not one day. Not one letter. Not nothing. There's no consent has ever been given for any of my accounts or any of my information to be put on Meta Horizon. Not once. And what they're saying is to remove my accounts on Meta Horizon, I have to delete my accounts. But if I delete my accounts, then the duplicate accounts will just still run, and people the duplicate accounts that look like it's me with the verification and everything. So if I delete my accounts, they just basically can take claim for all of my work that's ever been posted on those platforms. It's just disgusting. Disgusting. Meanwhile, I'm just expected to have no money for more than a year now with no real help, because this is the criminal way is the trend, and everyone's just obsessed with trends. It's just a trend. It's just a trend to rob people of what they're here to do for the purpose of their life. Like, it's just a trend. I mean, it's all right. Everyone follows trends. It's ridiculous. Like, humanity is lost beyond belief. Very, very lost. Anyway, if you want to see someone who's not lost, go watch the video of Lucy, the pianist, who is blind. She was born blind. She's got she's missing some genes or some chromosomes, which has led to like developmental challenges. She's autistic, but she just plays from her soul. She just plays piano from her soul. She can't read music, obviously. She feels everything. Like she's very obviously very sensory, and her gift is playing piano. And if you want to see someone who's not lost and is very in her purpose, and has been given a divinely orchestrated gift and is living out her purpose in life, go watch Lucy play the piano. It's very enlightening, and it just reminds you God exists. We are supposed to live from our soul, not the other way around, not from ego and then forget we have a soul. And yeah, she's a divine presence. There's nothing else to say about her other than she's an angel on this earth. She's an angel on this earth, and everyone else is lost. Literally, all these people, all these robbers, counting billions. Get fucked. Go fuck yourselves. What are you? Desperate trash. Literally, the dog shit on the streets, like, that people step in as they walk past. That's all. Go watch Lucy, people. That's really the heart of humanity. People like her. Anyway, see you in the next video.